Get it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our third match of the day. It will be South Panthers versus Midwest White. As we are setting up, our head referee for this match is going to be Avani Paye. Our AR is Thomas Bjorn and Brad DeLong as our sideline ARs. As we're setting up for this particular game, we're doing some last minute adjustments as we're setting up. Fans on the sidelines cheering on their respective teams.
And we'll keep in mind that this is the championship match for the Tier 2 portion of the tournament. The winner of this will be moved on to Tier 1 next year when they come back. We've got the South Panthers attacking from left to right. They're about to receive this kick, and the Midwest kicking off now.
As we start the kickoff right now, great kick start for Midwest White as they kick on the touch, unable to put some hands on the ball. And Midwest White will retain possession as they're starting off for the first minute of this match.
Midwest, look for them to use their back line early. Really, the first half of their first game yesterday, the lifeblood was definitely number 12, Devonna Francis. She was able to make plays with her feet and with her hands, able to very deceptively fake to the out and then ditch inside to the inserting fullback. And they had a lot of success with that one yesterday.
Definitely so. I'm definitely excited to see that Southwest Panthers definitely running some interesting lines. You can never know what they're going to do, whether they're just going to go down the line, if they're going to hit pot work, or even better, even hit some unders lines as well, too. So we're definitely in for a good matchup for today between Midwest and the Panthers.
Offensively, they were very strong yesterday, and you had the forwards and the backs mixing in the back lines seamlessly. And we've got one out to the 10. Into the weak side wing that has inserted. We've got it to the outside wing. She's got pace. She's got the space. She's got one defender to beat, and she's going to get swallowed up there. Quickly rucked out. And it looks like we're going to have entering from the side on Midwest.
Great run by Alyssa Gonzalez right there. Taking it in from all the way from their opposite end of the side.
T. Fletcher, the captain for South, kicking there for touch.
Great start off as we're trying to determine who's going to maintain the pendulum swing of the momentum for this match. Again, we're seeing some definitely great runs for both sides defensively and offensively. South Panthers getting ready to throw in.
The 5-person line out, they're going to tip down and not straight. So Midwest looks like they're electing to take the scrum.
Nice easy pace off the go thus far. I mean, we saw a little uptick from the South Panthers, but looks like everybody's slowing down. Again, totally okay. Again, we're still within the first 5 minutes of the match as Midwest puts in. Quick out from the 8 as the 9 offloads.
Yeah, South Panthers definitely had the power on that one, but Northwest was able to get that ball out cleanly and quickly. Fortunately, just a little handling error.
Definitely some slower pace than we've seen before, which is totally fine again. We're not seeing as much frantic from both sides. Again, I think everybody's trying to fill each other out as far as what type of play we're going to run. We're going to do fast ball, quick offloads, take it simple.
And just a pod smash right up through the middle there. Quickly out with the clearing kick. Fielded well. They've got space and support runners. Oh, throwing the ball wide with the forward inserting there. Oh, just misses the pass to the captain there, T. Fletcher. Oh, with a nice fend from the wing. That was number 14, Alyssa Corrales. And entering there's Priest. She's fins a tackle off the number 8 for South. She had a great game yesterday. Definitely felt she almost makes it to the promised land. And quickly recycled out. Looks like they've easily got the numbers on the outside for a try.
Yes, great offloads for South Panthers, recognizing where that hole was, causing that offensive overload right there on the end, which allowed the wing to tap down. Looks like Cassidy Ring, number 11, with that last try. Curtis Score, South Panthers 5, Midwest White 0.
I mean, really what you saw there was the forwards really seamlessly entering into that back line once again. It doesn't seem like they're running a very strict pod system. They're just emphasizing getting the ball out wide and putting the right players into the right matchup at the right moment so that they can get that unfavorable matchup from the defender and then just able to capitalize there. Because the kick had the direction but not quite the height. So we'll have Midwest coming back to kick off to the Panthers that are leading this game 5-0 at the moment. Coming in on our 5th minute of the match.
Again, we're noticing a calm pace from both teams, especially from Midwest. We definitely are expecting for them to kick it up just a little bit. Decent kickoff from Midwest White as captured by Southwest Panthers as they start to bring it up.
Confident running, ball in hand there, not really looking to pass it out and easily gaining 10 extra meters. So we're going to have a defender now rolling away in that tackle. Quick reset from the 9 to the 15, and unlucky with the hands there. Knock on as they pass the 10-meter line there.
Yeah, speed was there, hands were not, so that was an unfortunate case right there. Looks like Midwest has a chance to bounce back from that crazy run that they've just done for the Panthers. So let's see what they can do with the scrum as well.
And that was stolen on the tight head by South Panthers. They've got it quick out to the blind side. And some strong running. You're noticing multiple Midwest defenders needing to be involved in the tackle to stop this attack. And then there's the big number 1 with a thundering run. Off to the number 6. She's got the speed. She's got the angle, and down. 5 points again. That was number 6. Rachel Bradley.
Yes, great run right there. Great teamwork from the offload onto Rachel Bradley right there. Recognize being able to suck in that defender right there and opening that space for Rachel to attack that open space right there and running it onto the try. Great effort made for South Panthers right there. Fantastic job as we are setting up. Looks like number 10, Sam Black, is going to be setting up for the conversion kick.
And definitely need to highlight the great run there by the number 1, Kiki Jordan, to really set up and get the momentum going, break the 22, and then just an excellent offload into space. And with that finishing speed, number 6. And that kick's going to go wide left. So our score now at the 8th minute is going to be 10 to the Panthers and 0 to Midwest. And again, a lot on the line in this match. We're going to have the winner of this team moved up into Tier 1 for the next year's tournament. Let's see if the Midwest can get a turnover here and try to get the magic working with their back line, which was so effective yesterday.
Hearing it from the sideline, Midwest is cheering them on, trying to get them hyped up again. You know, we're still early on into this first half of the match. We're still under just 10 minutes. Definitely can see some great movement play from Midwest.
That was a great shallow kick. Taken on the bounce by the South Panthers. Got the dish out to the 9. Oh, had to send that one over some traffic. And back to the number 1. And there's the captain, T. Fletcher, out to the wing. She cuts it back inside. quickly met with two defenders.
Ooh.
There's some excellent counter-rucking coming from the Midwest. But South is able to get the ball quickly out to center field yet again. Really moving the ball with ease from side to side, and then a box kick. Oh, well collected by the number 9, and a massive hit. Wow. Oh, that one hurt.
Great take for the number 9, Gina Dunham, but unfortunately slammed down by a massive tackle right there. Looks like she's up, good to go. Teammates are checking up on her to make sure she's all right. I think everyone on the sideline definitely felt that tackle right there. Again, strong woman right there. So great effort from both teams defensively. Massive tackle from Midwest White. So let's see what they can do as they're scrumming down, as we scrum down right next to the 50-yard line, or 50-meter line, sorry.
That was the 15 fullback, Katiana Rodriguez, on that massive hit. You hear the sidelines, the coaches shouting out that Katiana's done it. This is how you make big hits and how you can hopefully slow down the South Panther attack right now. And that ball was quickly out of the back of the scrum. 10 taking it in with a wide pass out to the inserting fullback and just slightly mishandled. And that's going to be a turnover with Midwest, ball in hand. Getting a little frantic with that ball. Need to slow it down and realize that they're still in this game. They're playing with a lot of confidence. They're definitely not frantic, not worried about this 10-point lead. I think that this Midwest team is more than capable of coming back and making this far more competitive, maybe even taking the lead here.
You know what? I definitely see it as well, too. I mean, they're not giving up. We have already seen a couple of amazing tackles, defensive tackles on their end as well, especially that's a major tackle that we saw moments ago. You know, they're realizing where the field is. Again, the big thing is them just maintaining possession and taking care of the ball.
Oh, Midwest almost stole and hooked that ball away, but then it ended up coming back into the Panthers. Oh, with an excellent insert, and that's the outside center 13 passing to number 10. Interesting reshuffle of the backs on that back line there.
Open hole.
Yeah, some of the numbers out of their traditional places, and that's going to be an easy score for the number 14, Alyssa Corrales.
Yes, great effort from their back lines right there, realizing where they are for field awareness. Let's talk about how they were able to suck in that defender to open up that open window right there for the number 13, Gabby.
Yeah, you really saw the wing coming in full speed, and it sounded like she made a call. The 9 knew exactly where she was going to be. They were able to expose a hole as the Midwest defense was reshuffling and getting ready, and just kind of caught on their back heels there. A pretty sizable hole there as they were shifting over, and just run straight through and dot that one down. We've got Sam Black of the South Panthers lining up to take this kick. And that one was good. It'll be the first conversion for the South Panthers, and that will put them up 17-0 over Midwest.
One thing that I have noticed right off on the field, especially when the ball was on closer to our side of the commentary box, a lot of communications happening on both ends. Obviously, that's going to be very critical as y'all talk to your teammates as far as where you are. One thing that we hear coaches say a lot for fundamental rugby is, effective communication, letting them know where you are. And I think we definitely saw that, especially after that last try run between those two teams.
Absolutely. This Panthers team is just, they seem to be firing on all cylinders. They seem like they've got a lot of cohesion. Their chemistry is very, very apparent, and they're just able to capitalize on that and move this ball seamlessly. And it seems like their defense is well connected as well.
Yes. I mean, we've seen a lot of impact plays. Again, they're not afraid to go in. It's just a matter of, who can be smart to suck whom in, and how big of a gap can we create.
Yeah, it really seems like the numbers on the back of their jerseys, just to identify them, has nothing to do with the positions. Oh, and a quick turnover for Midwest. But back to make sense of that last comment I made, it's just they seem to all be flowing seamlessly and completely interchangeable parts. In my experience, when I insert into the back line, that's usually the signal for the fly half to call a skip pass.
Yes.
So definitely not the case with this team.
No, definitely. A big thing about it is field awareness. If I can get there and I can support that player, let me insert myself to where I can support that player when needed and make a play off of that.
Let's see if the Midwest can win the scrum cleanly and get their ball out to their magic maker, the number 12. They've already got the 15 inserted into their back line. Looks like a stacked position. It's number 12, Francis, confirming the call with the outside center and the fullback. All right, after the reset of the scrum, we've got the put in now. Oh, wow, stolen by the South Panthers. Just unlucky. It seemed like it bounced off the hooker's foot there, right back to the other side. Hard running from the 13, outside center, and wow, de-jerseyed. Wow, and she keeps going and almost lost her pants as well.
Great effort right there.
10. Kristen Carlson almost leaving it all out on the field for her team today.
Literally, she said she does not need a jersey. I'm going to go for it, so why not? Again, one thing that coaches tell their rugby players, continue to play until you hear the whistle, and we definitely saw that just now.
Definitely unaffected. She was still ready to keep on the attack. Really, the Panthers just committed to moving forward ball. Oh, Midwest just about to get that ball out right as the referee calls wheeled 90 degrees.
One thing I already noticed right off the scrum, definitely need to be called out. The number 8, definitely prepping herself to insert that first push onto the scrum, especially when they're binding, when they set the scrum, rather.
Yes, that's Priest. You'll notice in the setup, she's pulling her second row back so that they all insert with one tremendous pushing force and then just drive straight over.
Oh!
And wow, offsides on the number 9. Just mistimed that. It was about to be a great tackle, but just a little early. Number 9 didn't quite have the ball yet. And that's Fletcher with an amazing kick. Wow. Just easily gained 40 meters of ground.
Great kick right there. Great scrum. It was quite unfortunate, like you said, a little bit mistimed. I would agree. Had the ball gone into the hands of that 9, it would have been an amazing tackle. But unfortunately, it came in just soon enough before she was able to put the ball in. And not to mention that amazing kick from Fletcher, giving them quite the advantage right there.
Oh, with a little trickery there, going with the front pod lifter. And out to the number 1. Can she pass away? No, it looks like she's going to take it in herself. And try time. Wow, that was great. She just, it seemed like she was playing a little bit with her hands there and got the defense to set for prepping for her to pass it out. And it wasn't quite a dummy, but it looked like she was setting up and loading up to send that ball wide, and then dipped a shoulder, split just in between the tiniest of gaps in between those defenders, squeezed right in for the try.
They're asking for a trainer for this player walking back here.
Definitely looks like that last try made by Kiki Jordan right there.
Yeah, Kiki Jordan, she was her presence was absolutely felt in that game yesterday. And that kick looks like it's going to go wide left yet again. And then so that's going to leave us at 22-0. South Panthers on top of this one through the first 20 minutes of this first half.
That's corn. That's funny. I love it. Real quick, we want to give a special thank you for those of y'all who are tuning in on YouTube for our live feed of the All-Star tournament that we have going on from yesterday and today. So please, thank you so much. And, of course, a special shout-out to the Grand Prairie Mavericks who are hosting us for the All-Star tournament here in Grand Prairie, Texas.
Oh, an unfortunate knock-on just on that. Just couldn't quite collect that kick. And Midwest with a turnover. Let's see what they could do with it. Looked like a little miscommunication there as to whether that was supposed to go to the pods or to the back line. There it is, Francis 12. And they're getting the ball wide. They've got another player, and oh, no advantage gain, so they're going to take that one back. Back all the way to the knock-on. Now, unfortunately, it didn't look like the Midwest team had a sufficient amount of depth there, so they were moving the ball right to left, but unfortunately not gaining any strategic ground with that.
No.
Couldn't quite get it going. They had one to beat. I would have liked that advantage to be played maybe 10 more seconds, because it seemed like the wing was about to find the corner right here in front of us.
Definitely. So the space was there, but like you said, depth was not, and that is very critical, especially if you're trying to move the ball down the line and running up to the ball rather than risking it shifting directly left to right. The last thing you want is to accidentally get called a forward pass because you are pushing it at that point.
Yeah, I definitely would have liked to see a little foot race here between these two wings and let them test each other and set the pace for what's coming in future possessions here. We're going to have a substitution over here. Number 3 for South Panthers coming off. Maybe just having a bit of water. I know that she was getting a little tension after that last try from the trainers. Might be taking a longer look. Okay, so she is subbing out now. That is number 3, Chelsea Roble, and off for injury. And that is 16 coming in to take her place. That is Kaylin Muncher. Now the South Panthers have had a dominant scrum so far. Let's see if this change out in the front row has any effect on it. Yes, definitely looks like Midwest had less trouble getting the ball back. They've got it out wide of the blind side and just thundering away. Oh, looks like she just barely kissed the touchline on that far side. We're having time off for a trainer.
We're noticing a lot of simple injuries right off the bat of the first half of the game. Obviously, the safety of our players is very top priority when we're playing rugby, but at the same time, the last thing we want to see is a bunch of injuries early on in the game, especially during this tournament.
Really, the second day of the tournament, this is where you see who's really got the energy reserves to play 2 full matches on different days. Again, this tournament, not short matches. It is set up just like a national championship. Full 80s for everybody. Very strict on the 23 roster. Again, I think Wendy was saying yesterday that these teams are able to travel with 28 players.
Yes, able to travel, but must have a set, I believe, 20 on the roster, but only be able to play 23 for the match. So very, very strict rules for all teams that are traveling to this All-Stars match.
And it was a little hard to see the calls, but yes, it looks like it is going to be a throw-in for a line-out from South. The Panthers will be throwing in once we restart play after the trainers make their decision and pull this player or clear them to play on. If you can see on the field or on the feed there, these flags aren't moving very much. It's quite a relief from yesterday, which we had 15-mile-per-hour winds just gusting right into our faces. It was constantly at about 8 or 9 miles per hour, absolutely affecting the game. Lots of cold hands, lots of simple handling errors that, would really be uncharacteristic of players at this level. Definitely noticed that the Midwest players were giving us Southern Texans a hard time about thinking yesterday was cold, but
you know what? It's okay. For those of y'all who are representing the Midwest and are watching, yes, Texans thinks this weather is cold weather. Please do not hate on us. We do love snow sometimes, but we just can't put up with the cold. We love 70 or sunny.
Yes, it is. It is currently 50 degrees and overcast, mostly cloudy today.
I think regardless of weather, I mean, when playing rugby, the players will always be against two opponents. The opponents that they're playing and, of course, Mother Nature. They're always going to be playing against the elements. So even though, yes, we do have an overcast, yes, you know, it might be in the 50s as these rugby players are running around, they're warming up. So I would say this is perfect rugby weather, but for us commentators sitting on the sideline, not moving at all, we're a bit cold.
Oh, yes, I'd much rather be on the pitch active today than hanging out over here not doing anything.
Very much so. Looks like we're getting ready to set up again to start the line out with the South Panthers.
Looks like we did not have a substitution. Oh, easily won. It's just the technical prowess by this South Panthers team cannot be overstated. Wow, just amazing offload there into contact. And you see that player that just ran the ball. It was the number 1, Kiki Johnson again, just reinserting directly back into the line. This team is able to recycle so smoothly. All right, and a clearing kick from Fletcher. And we've got 14 on 15. Oh, just a great tackle by the wing and a poach attempt, but just loses her feet there for a second. We'll see if... Nope. It's judged as a clean steal. Oh, no, we'll be coming back. We were playing advantage. Looks like off the feet was the call.
South Panthers are setting up for their penalty as they're going back 10. Nice.
As we easily clear out to the medical bench.
Looks like we were setting up for a line out right in front of the commentary table. Looks like it will be Midwest Whites throw in.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the Panthers steal in this one. They have the height advantage in the lineouts.
Panthers steal.
Yeah, unfortunately, that ball sailed a little bit to the left, and Panthers were able to catch it without lifting. Get the ball out to the number 7 there. Flanker gaining some hard meters, taking a couple defenders with her. And the scrum half elects to go away from the backs, straight to the forwards with a quick offload to Kiki Johnson. She's away. She's got just the fullback to beat. Gets her at the ankles, and I think she's going to make it in. And, oh, okay. Oh, that was a try there.
Great effort by Kiki Jordan right there.
Wait.
Oh.
It looks like they're going to have a... I was going to say,
Oh.
it looked like she might have knocked it on into the try zone. And they're going to review it, have a little chat with the associate referees. Associate referees again today are Thomas Bjorn and Brad Long. I believe that is Brad. He's having a chat with our main referee, Aviana PK. No try.
No try.
Wow. That's the second time we've seen that today.
No, we need that.
Mike, yeah. Oh, Clayton's got it. Thank you, Mike.
Second time we've seen that today with a pretty easy try and just can't quite control the ball all the way to the ground.
Those strong effort by Kiki Jordan right there. We saw her evade at least 2 tackles as she was running towards the try line. Again, unfortunate that she was not able to securely set the ball down.
Yeah, it would have been a touchdown. Unfortunately, not a try.
Football references.
It's Sunday.
It is Sunday.
Let's see. Midwest gets that ball out and electing to run out instead of immediately. Oh, and then unfortunately that was Priest with a steal right there on the tackle. But we're gonna go back to the knock on. Entering our 26th minute of the match. Getting ready for another Midwest scrum down.
Strong push from South Panthers. They're struggling to get the ball out. Eventually kicking the ball onto touch. Try to give them some more breathing room right there.
It looks like they only got that one about 5 meters. Unfortunately, this is going to be another put in for the South Panthers, and I believe they've won the majority of the lineouts today. So
yes, with one stolen. As they're pushing Midwest White against the wall here, they're basically inching closer and closer towards the try line. Midwest does have a fighting chance to try to get themselves out of the danger zone, but like we've seen before, Panthers able to hit those holes.
You know, with the Panthers with 22 up, I would have not been surprised to see them go cheeky and go with the front lifter quick pass, but no, they're electing to muscle this one in and just go with the rolling maul. Looks like it is in, it is down, and it is grounded.
Great maul effort from South Panthers. They realized where they were on the field and decided, you know what, let's not just swing it out. Let's just push it in. We have the muscle. We have the steam. Let's just have that early push right off the bat as soon as we grab the ball and tuck it in. So great, smart rugby IQ awareness from South Panthers right there as they push through to get that try right there.
I know that was the Captain Fletcher that brought the ball down and initiated the maul, but it was just a swarm of bodies on top of it. No way for me to tell who actually got that one. I suppose we could ask the team. And that kick is wide right, wide angle. But no worries. Those 2 points are not completely necessary when South Panthers are up 27-0 at this point.
Yes.
28 minutes into the game.
Great attempt by Cassidy Ring right there, number 11. As her as well as the rest of the South Panther team are setting up to receive from Midwest White.
Just take a moment to point out the composure and the body language coming out of this Midwest White team. They're coming out with words of encouragement coming back from getting ready to kick off here. Looks like they're holding their chins high, their shoulders square. They're ready to keep playing on. See if they can't get a momentum change right here. This is a knock on right there by the South Panthers. Midwest now in a great spot. 10 meters out from the midfield. They're going to have the put in there for the scrum. Hopefully we can see some backline magic here and put some points on the board.
Looks like an early push on the scrum as the ref is getting ready to have them reset, giving her proper warnings to both sides.
And Midwest cleanly takes the ball out, attacks the blind side with a chip kick, but it's immediately charged down and mishandled for a knock-on against the South Panthers. So Midwest with a second chance for a feed in for the scrum.
And the important thing is right now is just maintaining ball possession, being able to take care of the ball. I've said this time and time again, not trying to get frantic when you're coming closer to contact with either side. Take a breath, recognize who is with you. Again, we talked about it earlier with the Panthers talking to one another, communication on the field. I believe Midwest needs to do that as well in order to maintain possession and not being frantic when offloading to one another.
South Panthers driving on that scrum, but Midwest was able to get it out. There it is. Francis with the ditch back inside. But unfortunately, fly half was immediately tackled. And the tackler did not roll away, so we're going to have a quick tap and go for Midwest White again. And this time we're going to have not rolling away. Hear the call in from the Midwest telling them not to elect for points, but to just keep going. Put the pressure on and keep trying to knock at the door as they're about to approach the 22-meter line. All right, looks like they will kick for touch. Very important to get this clearing ball out. Sells well into touch at about 20 meters from the try line.
Just setting up for the line out for Midwest. They're realizing where they are. Now it's just a matter of them putting the field awareness into play as far as where they are.
Midwest needs to win this ball. Unfortunately, they do not. It's the captain, Fletcher. She's just absolutely disruptive for the Panthers in the lineouts. Not sure what happened there. It looked like maybe it was a charge down kick, but it was recovered quickly by Kiki Johnson for. It's a great steal. Unfortunately, that ruck looked like it was already formed. Number 4, that's Chrissy Ting.
Heads. And Wendy Young with the catch. Looks
Nailed
like.
Hey. The wind definitely caught that ball, and it sailed in an awkward position. That was some great hands there.
Good job, Wendy. You got a call out for the match. You're not even in the match. Both of y'all just doing great things. I was just setting up for a line out for the Panthers. So throwing in number 16. Looks like Bailey Coppage with the throw in. Looks like it wasn't straight as they elect to do a scrum.
Midwest is going to take the scrum. Hear the call coming in from the sidelines that look for a good backline player right over here from Midwest. So they've got the fullback already inserting. They've got almost a double stack position. 8 gets the ball out to the 9. Just mishandled there from the fly half. Unlucky, unable to collect the pass that was low. Her ankles. Just tons and tons of disruption and pressure being put on by the South Panthers defense.
That's exactly what I was getting ready to say. I mean, we saw that strong scrum pushing them back further and further, not being able to get the ball out from the scrum itself and applying as much pressure as possible. So, yeah, I will give all the kudos to the South Panthers on that particular run. Midwest needs to get their stuff together if they want to retain possession of the ball. They're still in a positive position as far as them being on their side of the 50, but...
Oh, Midwest with a big second push. South Panthers able to get the ball out, and they're attacking around that left side. Looks like ball's in hand there for the number 12. Lost forward, and now it is a Midwest ball. Able to reset, get a quick pod going. Oh, and ball squirts out. South Panthers back on it. Looks like we're not playing advantage. Just a great dummy line there by the number 6. Oh, Midwest really contesting on the breakdown. Oh, there's a little loss of the footing there from the fullback. Was able to get the ball away, but now on the back foot are the South Panthers, able to recollect. Let's see if they can get this ball going forward. With a quick pick and go. Looks like they're going to do another pick and go as they get their back line set up. Nope, this one's coming out. First to the wing, then to the 7. And that's the replacement hooker there with a good run. Expecting a big run here. Out to the wing with the cutback, step back inside. And you see Northwest, or the Midwest, sorry. Outside center, they're going for a steal. Unable to pull it out. Midwest going for the poach. Yes, and she's able to get the penalty for Ball carrier not releasing. With a quick tap and go. Oh, looks like they're going to bring her back and not going through the mark.
Fortunate take right there from Midwest. They realized what the opportunity was, but they leaned a bit too far over from the point where the referee is set. It gives the South Panthers an opportunity to set up their defensive line.
It was really unfortunate timing because the South Panthers were not in a flat line. There was quite a few gaps over there on that far side if they could have gotten the ball out quickly. Midwest with a strong run from the flanker, number 6. Ditches one tackler. Doesn't quite have the footing to get the spin move off. Oh, and a big run from the 5, but the ball is stripped back. Midwest remains in possession. It's a good run from these replacement forwards. With a massive tackle there from the fly half of South Panthers. That was Sam Black. And Midwest with the ball out wide, got space, got room, and tackled into touch.
Great effort made from Midwest right there. They're definitely digging in deep to try to push as quickly as they possibly can towards that try line right there, trying to put the danger onto the South Panthers defensive line. So great job and great effort used by Midwest right there.
I think that's definitely going to be their best plan of attack, is to quickly get that ball sideline to sideline and try to wear out the Panthers defense.
Definitely so. I mean, they need to be able to create an overload, because every time they try to run up straight, you know, there's a South Panther player ready to go.
That ball is far from straight, but we're going to play on with a quick exiting kick. Get a substitution for the Midwest. Number 5, Maureen Sater-Sheridan coming off. Let's hope that this change with the Type 5 doesn't affect the drive from Midwest too much. Got the Midwest put in for the line out. Easily taken, easily won. Fortunately on the back foot with the arc of that pass, weren't able to get the ball with good space out to the wings. They're losing territory as they keep getting tackled and pushed back by this strong South Panthers defense. That one looked a bit from the side to me, but she'll get called for diving off her feet.
Yep. Very unlucky for the South Panthers. They did have the idea of trying to poach, but unfortunately with that coming in on the side right there, definitely nulled all the hard work that they did defensively. Midwest having yet another try at it to try to gain as much territory, as you said, as much as possible.
Oh, there she's going. That's the speedster on the far side. And she scores a try in the far corner.
Midwest officially on the board now. Now South Panthers 27, Midwest White 5. Looks like that's going to be...
I believe it was 11. Anthogena Bean. Apologies if I've mispronounced that last name. I grew up Kirkendall, so I'm very familiar with it. I believe it was
11. Looks like we're closing in on the 40th minute of the first half. Right now, again, we're seeing some amazing plays from both sides, Panthers and Midwest White, as they are setting up to receive.
Sorry, that was the number 14, Avery Mitchell Brown, on that score. And the crucial kick looks like it's going to sail just a little short. And that ends our first half with the South Panthers up 27-5. Really good work there by the Midwest White in the last 10 minutes of the first half. Able to put some pressure on the South. Hopefully they can continue that momentum in the second half. We'll catch you then.
As we were kicking off for the second half, Panthers kick off towards Midwest, but there was an unfortunate knock-on as we're starting off for the second half.
Midwest attacking from left to right on your screen in the green and white hoops, and the South Panthers in the red, white, and blue attacking from the right to the left on your screen. Definitely a dominant first half by the Panthers, although the score at 22-5 is still within reach for Midwest, Midwest if they can capitalize on it. Strong running by the inside center. Doesn't look like anyone wants to tackle her, except the 15. Great tackle from Midwest's fullback there. And a quick turnover. Midwest has ball in hand. Looks like they're just going to take a couple quick crashes to reset, get the back line set up. That's going to be a high tackle against the South Panthers. Midwest with a quick tap and go. And another quick bang. Let's see, and I'm going to put the boot to it. Oh, just barely collected by the wing there. And just a wide ball there. And we're going to come back for a knock-on from the South Panthers. It's the first time in this game that we've ever seen either of these teams play frantically. Usually it's been cool, calm, and collected, very confident from both these sides.
Again, we definitely did see the kick attempt, but unfortunately the ref did catch it with the knock-on right there. See how we start off with our first scrum of this half and see what either team can do. Again, with the new half started, everybody's refreshed. This will be a Midwest scrum.
South Panthers just pushing. And we're going to have a knock-on from the number 9 at the back of the scrum there. Just tons of feet and legs and rear ends in her face there. She was trying to collect that ball.
Definitely great effort made by the forwards of the South Panthers as they're now putting in for their scrum. If they can dominate that again, they can definitely gain a lot of ground before either spinning it out or just picking and taking. Either way, they still have that advantage point right there.
Very impressive that the South able to constrain all that power and keep that drive going in a straight direction, not wheeling one direction or the other. Ooh. There you see almost picked off by the Midwest 10. A little late on that pass getting out. And Midwest with ball in hand there. Got tons of numbers out on the side. And a great dummy pod run there. Out to the number 1, Kiki Johnson. She's been a great runner so far. And there to the replacement hooker. And look for this one to go quickly out wide. Nope. Fly half's going to hang on to it. See, the South Panthers not in the best attacking position to the right. And that ball is going to be mishandled, picked up by the number 12, Francis. Midwest. And we're going to have knocked on by the Panthers. This will be a scrum down to the Midwest.
Great attempt by the Panthers with the offloads right there. Looks like there is an injury on the field. There will be a time off. As we do have Maddie's going out, the trainer's going out to check on the Midwest player that was down. Prior to the injury, we did see an amazing run from the forwards of the South Panthers. Kiki Jordan with the carry right there, pushing the Panthers up, but unfortunately with the mishandling of the Panthers with going inside on the sideline, Midwest was able to retain possession and push through before the knock-on was called and ultimately the injury that occurred. So great effort from both sides, defensively and offensively. Once we do clear the injury that's on the field, we'll be pretty excited to see what's going to happen next as far as offensive play as well as defensive play.
It's Devonna Francis getting some attention from the medical staff out there on the field.
Yeah. What's your score?
Appears as though Francis is going to continue to play on. Just a heads up, if you've noticed any score discrepancies here on the feed, there's a bit of a miscommunication in between our referees and official timekeeper. That has been rectified with the current score, 27-5.
Midwest put in strong push from the Panthers. Great pressure.
Yeah, the South Panthers are just closing on that defensive line so quickly. Those defenders are just scraping to the outside so quickly. And they're almost on the ball carrier as soon as they receive that pass.
Again, smart on South Panthers right there. They're able to read the attacking line really, really easily. I think the important thing for Midwest is just to swing that ball as quickly as possible and beat the runner. But again, they're able to prevent the overload from happening and ultimately meeting man-to-man, which unfortunately caused a knock-on.
It's hard to tell from this angle, but I'm willing to bet that they didn't have the greatest depth, and that's why the defense was in their face. This scrum is easily won by the South Panthers. They look like they're electing to keep it in and see how far they can drive. And it looks like it was almost wheeled 90 degrees. The ball is out. Kiki Johnson falls on it. Got it out to the inside center. Oh. And then we're going to have a knock-on by the South Panthers. Just unfortunate with the handling out there. Maybe getting a little frantic, getting a little of that try-line fever. Starting to take off before they confidently have the ball in hand. Looks like we've got 3 substitutions, 2 for the Midwest, 1 for the South Panthers. Looks like Devonna Francis coming out. There's also the speedster, number 11, and Gina Bean off for Midwest. Just an awkward tackle there. Midwest player, hope she's all right. Just rolling backwards. Looks like the Midwest confident to go and take a couple of pick and goes. They're spreading it out to the left. Again, not a lot of depth because they are right there on their own try line. And we're going to go back to a penalty. There's going to be we're playing advantage from a high tackle there. Midwest able to go quickly. They've got numbers to the right if they can just get into the right position and get the ball there. But now the South Panthers are set in defense. That advantage is gone.
There you go, Ellie!
Excellent hard running from the Midwest forwards. And try to get that ball out wide. And then, wow, just a massive hit.
Hulk smash right there.
Yeah, from the number 12. That's Christine Sargent. Oh, wow. And just saving a knock-on with miraculous hands there. It's the South Panther. I believe that was the fullback, number 15. Yeah, great juggling catch there by Kristen Colston. Saving would have been a very unfortunate penalty, but as you can see, South Panthers able to get the ball wide to the right again. And we've got a very high ball. It's up to the number 8, Priest, and she looks like she's going to break a couple tackles, take some defenders with her, and settle down. Oh, it's just an absolute smashing hit on the number 9. Quickly get this one out to the left. And a pick and go from Fletcher. But excellent defense, pushes them back. No meters gained there. The quick feedback into the fullback from the fly half. Yes, that was Sam Black and Kristen Colston connecting there for what looked like a fairly easy try.
Yeah, fairly easy. They were able to suck in that defense right there. Great job from the forwards, pack of forwards that were all the way on the left-hand side facing towards that try zone right there. Sucking in that defense, allowing the fullback to go through that open door essentially towards the try line. So great job, great way of sucking in that defense for the Panthers. Midwest doing their absolute hardest to maintain that defensive line right there. They did hold that line for quite a long time, pushing them back and forth, but ultimately fell for the little trickaroo from the South Panthers, allowing them to score that open try right there for the fullback.
It was excellent ball handling skills there to fake the outside and then feed back inside. These ladies out here for the Panthers, very confident in their ball handling skills, very cohesive, just a solid team altogether. And that conversion is good, which will adjust our score to 34-5.
He'll tell you when you're done.
Got Gabriel Ellis coming in for Midwest. Replacing the number 1, Taylor Richards, coming off for Midwest. Nice high hanging kick. Take it in the air. Great acrobatic skills, able to collect that ball and gracefully take the tackle. The ball quick outside. It's Sargent again, hard running. Finally taken down by the number 4. Hard running again by the number 8, Priest. Oh, and tricky box kick, immediately fielded by the 15. And we're going to come back for a forward pass.
Connor Fredden right there. Again, a great defensive line right there for the Panthers, pushing the Midwest back yet again towards their their side of the 50-meter mark. Midwest trying to fight as hard as they can to gain some ground. Then again, we do have some fresh legs from both sides, so let's see what they can do as we are still in the early parts of the second half of this match.
There's great positioning and great catch-up speed there from Katiana Rodriguez to field that box kick before it even hit the ground. It's almost no advantage gain from the South Panthers for that kick. But then, unluckily, the forward pass now. We've got South Panthers feeding the ball out. Picking an inside line. Oh, and just mistimed with the offload to Sargent. The ball was on the ground, but no knock. And the up and over. Tiana Rodriguez fielding a kick again, immediately tackled. But she was able to buy enough time for her support players. We've got a quick pick and go. All right, looks like we're going to get not rolling away on South Panthers. Quickly taken by the Midwest. Trying to gain some meters, and they quickly come out of their own 22. Ball spun out, and a chip. Just a little grubber kick under. Oh, and we've got an immediate high tackle from the Midwest, unfortunately.
Again, the frantic play that we're seeing. Again, I do understand that there's a passion for Midwest to gain the momentum, but they can't make those simple mistakes like that. They have to watch where they're tackling. Tackle low is the ideal play for here. Nice kick from the Panthers that they're able to kick on the touch.
That's in? Okay.
Love it, love it. Quick maul from the South Panthers. So they're attempting to push through. Eventually the ball does go down. Looks like an instruction call that was called. Quick feet from Midwest as they're trying to shift down to their back line. Not necessarily going forward, but going sideline to sideline. They need to move forward in order to gain territory. Again, they are in their danger zone as they're continuing to plow through, or attempting to plow through the South Panther line, but South Panthers are maintaining that defensive line.
Midwest had the speed and the numbers out wide, but just the covering defensive speed by Sargent there from the South Panthers, shutting down any advantage they would have had from their numbers. And she immediately made 2 impressive tackles back to back.
Definitely so. We're definitely seeing Midwest getting a little bit frantic, especially when they have ball in hand. They need to remember, take it simple, take it slow if needed. Could try to control the pace, because right now South Panthers are controlling the pace of this game, and they're getting a bit frantic, which is causing them to lose the ball. If they can just calm down and just maintain the simple ball handling skills, they can definitely get the territory that they need.
Oh, and that ball passed out wide, just carving up the defense. Oh, just slightly behind. That would have been try time, but just a mistimed pass. But South Panthers still knocking on the door right here. Wow, that pass from 20 out of contact, just open hand. Oh, wow, just South Panthers.
Held up.
Held up. The Northwest is not giving up, still fighting to the very last second.
Definitely so. Looks like the head ref got confirmation from the AR on the sideline that it did not officially touch down, as there were some early cheers from the Panthers, but they ruled that it was held up. So great job, Midwest, for keeping that defensive line strong as they do a goal line dropout from here to give them some breathing room.
That was Annie Quintero with that amazing just open hand pass while she was just being absolutely wrapped up trying to take the ball out of that ruck.
Looks like there is going to be a scrum for the Panthers. Again, knocking on the doors of the try. I guess there was a penalty that was called against Midwest, which caused them to lose possession of the ball.
I'd look for the South to keep it in, try to push. They've only got 8 meters to go, and they've got a strong scrum to do it with. Oh, and it spills out the side. Collected by Midwest with a clearing kick. And just a great cut, just making a couple people miss there. That's 14, Alyssa Corrales. Just showing her moves with the ball in hand. And the Panthers still getting it out wide. Looks like they've got the advantage. And this should be almost to the try line. And looks like we're going to have just knocked on right there in the tackle.
That frantic play by the South Panthers was quite unfortunate because it looked like it was a straight shot towards the try zone right there. But unfortunately, we got a little bit too frantic and unfortunately caused a knock on against the Panthers right there.
And now that the wind has stopped, yesterday everything was on this side of the field, everything's over there.
You got 60?
Oh, she probably has all the material, just load it in place, put it together.
Looks like we are restarting the scrum. Looks like the ref saw something that she did not quite enjoy seeing.
Midwest need to get this ball out and clear quickly.
She just said 22.
We've got 22 minutes left in this match. All right, quickly the ball is out to Midwest, trying to get the ball moving. Just a great little ditch there in contact. And with a clearing kick. Almost collected there on the run.
Again, good job for Midwest being able to get out of their danger zone like they're a little bit unlucky right there after that kick. You thought that Chase was going to have it for them. She had open green in front of her. But unfortunately, the ball had another decision made as she attempted to reach and then was knocked on.
Just an unlucky play, but absolute, that was an amazing effort right there. Just great athleticism, precision. Just unfortunately couldn't come down with it. The South Panthers get the ball out to their back line. Skipping to the inserting fullback. Some looping going around. Here's 14, Corrales on the outside. She cuts back in. Able to shed the defender this time. Looks for support on the outside from her fullback, but wasn't quite there. Takes it into contact. Working out now. They're going to go wide right to the forwards. That's the flanker, number 7, coming inside. Knocking on the door again. This one's going to go out left. Corrales gets another try at it. She's got that patented just cut right back in and make a defender miss move. Getting this ball out wide to the locks. They've got the advantage out right if they can get the ball there. If they get it out wide, just unluckily. Just drops right out of her hand as she tries to collect it. And we're going to come back to that knock-on.
A lot of knock-ons that we're seeing on both sides. Again, we're seeing the franticness on both Panthers and Midwest when they're coming close to contact. Again, it's all about maintaining that possession, maintaining control of the ball. Again, we need to be able to calm down on both sides. The frantic play is not helping either side.
Just about 20 minutes left in this half, or in this full match here. I wouldn't be surprised to see either team score in the next 5 minutes.
I wouldn't be surprised either. Strong push from South Panthers as Midwest still maintains possession.
Midwest on the fly, and unfortunately that was lost forward in the tackle. That was just a great attempt right there. I think the Panther player was able to knock the ball with her hand as she made the tackle. Really fortunate tackle on their part because that looked like it was going to be a 60-meter plus try.
Definitely so. I mean, again, open green. That was ahead of that Midwest player.
Yeah, Midwest with the pace and definitely with the support out there.
Definitely so. She at least had one person out there supporting her the entire time. It's just, again, being able to manage that ball play right there.
I think the Panthers were just able to impose their will in the first half of this game. They were able to stack up a pretty decent lead, and now Midwest might be feeling some of that pressure. Might be leading to some of these handling errors. So we're going to have the Panthers throw in. And it is stolen by the Midwest. Quickly out to a pod. Hard running there from the Midwest player. Ball secured into, we're going to get this one out wide. There's a defender in the way. Oh, no. Midwest able to recollect. Going to run a quick little bang. Try to get a backline set here. There's a big, strong run there and a giant tackle from the South Panthers. Hand stolen by the South Panthers. Strong counter-rucking coming from Midwest. Panthers able to hang on. Huge tackle from number 10, but that looked a little high. Yes, we're going to have that call.
Fortunate high tackle right there. Again, they can't afford those type of penalties. High tackle stopping the game. That allows the South Panthers to get some momentum or gain some momentum, or at least take a rest, then gain momentum as they're officially in their territory. Again, like you're saying, knocking on the door for the try. Midwest cannot afford those type of penalties, those high tackle penalties right there.
And I think that was just a really unfortunate, mistimed, nothing malicious in that high tackle. I think it was just one hand got wrapped up a little too high. Strong collision, trying to hang on. Midwest showing the clearing kick, but taking into contact. The South Panthers trying hard for the poach there. think they might get the penalty for that one not rolling away. Nope. So she was cleared cleanly. Ooh, big hit. Midwest trying to hang on and trying to clear this ball out. Here's the kick. Able to find an area of the pitch with not a lot of Panther players, and that bounces into touch. Looks like it's near the 22, just inside on the Midwest side. And see if the Midwest can disrupt this line out like they did last time.
Again, we're seeing a lot of defensive play from Midwest, not so much attacking. Panthers running the line out right there.
Looks like the Midwest got hands on both of those balls, both the line out and that first pass. Panthers able to hang on. Definitely devastating run there, taking 3 or 4 defenders with her. 16, and it's going to be fairly easy to get this one out wide. And I think that was Sargent to be able to dot down another try. Not Sargent, I believe that was Kiki Johnson.
Was it? Oh, yes, it was Kiki Jordan.
Kiki Jordan
For the try right there. Great effort played. Again, kudos to Midwest. They maintained that defensive line, again, for the longest time, for minutes upon minutes. Again, those unfortunate penalties that allowed the South Panthers to reset, take a breath, and set up their gameplay and be able to outmaneuver the Midwest defensive line right there.
Yeah, it was just great support, great hands all the way back through. It's going to be a wide kick coming in from the right. Just about 15 minutes left in this match. Kick is away. It's got the height. And slots it through. What a phenomenal kick. Such a wide angle.
Very much so. Amazing kick from South Panthers right there for that conversion kick. Looks like number 17. Bailey Coppage right there. Great job. As they're setting up to receive and Midwest setting up to kick.
It's unfortunate. I would like to see the South Panthers captain Fletcher take a drop goal again in this match. She was so good at it yesterday.
Definitely, definitely.
Midwest with the kick away. A little miscommunication there from the flanker and the fly half. But able to maintain possession. And Midwest, wow. Able to draw the penalty for not releasing the ball there. A quick take. Tackle by the fly half again from the Panthers. South Panthers contesting again. And this time, the Panthers able to draw the penalty for not releasing the ball. You know, there's one thing to be said about this whole tournament is you get kind of lulled to sleep watching club rugby where, you know, there's a baseline. Oh, wow, Sargent with a great take. Once again, she's got one outside if she needs it, but no, she slips the tackle, goes the distance. That was about a 70-meter try right there from Sargent.
Amazing run right there from Sargent. Being able to take off, finding those holes, evading a tackle right there from their fullback from Midwest. Great job, great effort made.
But let's not make slide of the support players that were able to get that ball out wide to her quickly. That was just a great movement there. Back to what I was saying, you know, you watch these club teams, and there's 2 or 3 individual players that stand out. You know, at the club level, there's just a certain baseline. You've only got 2 or 3 that really shine, but all of the women on these teams are the cream of the crop. So this is just an amazing competition to be able to watch and be out here and witness in person.
I definitely agree. I mean, like we were saying earlier in the last match between TRU and Pacific Northwest, you do have all these high-level rugby players, you know, playing together. Some of them playing for the first time during this tournament. and you being able to find that connection between all those players and coming together as a team definitely shows on the field.
And you'll notice some of the newer players, they seem to be a little timid in adjusting to it. The kick is away. It looks like it's wide right. Unfortunate. After slotting such a great kick. But the wind has just kicked up. Might have affected her a little bit. But yeah, a lot of these superstar players are a little timid at first, working into a new system with a lot of new players.
Yes.
It's hard to adjust to no longer being the best on your team, but just being a cog in the great machine that is these all-star teams. I think that was a little bit what was going on with the Pacific Northwest under-23 team. They definitely seemed much more cohesive today than they were yesterday.
Yes.
Big kudos to those players. I hope they're able to come back in the future and continue to compete and maybe even dominate in this tournament. Pacific Northwest has had a strong showing historically here.
Definitely saw. I mean, some of these players are playing on their new staff as well. They're not used to being taught under different coaches, so definitely a new learning style as well. Looks like this will be a re-kick for Midwest as they elected to try again.
Y'all are not about this Texas hospitality.
Better kickoff from Midwest as number 17.
Bailey Coppage fielding that kick again. Fletcher puts it to the boot.
Chase is on.
It's Katiana Rodriguez, ball in hand. And the relentless Panthers defense. Fortunately, that one a little bit high. But that defense has been in the Northwest players' face all game long. Oh. Get this ball out wide. Sargent looking for the poach.
Slow down. You got 10 minutes left. Matt, get it to the corner. Here.
Not sure what that call was. Midwest with a great clearing kick on that penalty. This is going to be a Midwest throw in here on this line out. It's in one of their most advantageous positions of the entire game, so let's hope that they can capitalize on it.
They definitely do have decent field position as well, too.
Be looking to throw to their number 8. She's able to field the ball, get it out to their scrum half. Quick movement through the pod, and a great broken tackle there from Northwest. But, oh, wow, just back-to-back poaches. First by the Panthers and then by Midwest. They're able to get the ball out. Oh, and a nice little step, a little misdirection there. Midwest trying to get the ball out quickly. Unfortunately, rolls through a couple hands. Collected by the far side wing. And looks like we're going to come back for a knock-on.
Yes. Again, we just saw just now, the frantic calls, the frantic hands. That is not what's needed at this point of the match on both sides. Like you were saying, back-to-back poaches. You need to be able to seal those rucks or clear them away from danger.
Would like to point out that that first poach from the South Panthers didn't look fully wholesome.
Yeah.
Might have been taking advantage of the placement by the referee and the ruck at that point. Oh, Northwest trying to steal the ball, but unfortunately the fly half knocks it on. Looks like we've only got about 7 minutes left in this match.
Outside shoulder on every back. Outside shoulder on every back. Outside shoulder.
You hear the Midwest coaches cheering on their defensive back line, trying to get all the alignments correct. See if we can maybe stop the bleeding. This devastating runs by Sargent. They get it straight back to her. Unable to collect it. Luckily for her, went directly sideways. Back out to the wing from the south. She finds the corner. No inside step this time. Quickly covered up. That ball, if they can get it out wide, they've got room. Oh, just bobbled and lost forward by Priest there, unfortunately. The ball thrown a little bit behind her and unable to recollect it.
Definitely strong wins from the outside wing right there. Number 14, Alyssa Corellis, with that outside run. Obviously controlling her tackle to make sure she didn't fall onto pitch, but rather stay in the game of play. So smart, Rugby IQ on her.
You hear the Midwest coach telling their back line to slow it down, keep it simple. Oh, just a nice little, intercepted by Corrales. Wow. She's able to take a couple defenders with her. South going to pick and go. Losing meters. The ball's going to get out wide. Oh, nope, just to a pod there. To the hooker, taking the ball forward, carrying a couple defenders with her. Unfortunately, we've got a Northwest player down on the touch line. Kick back. Oh, great feet from the Midwest. Midwest offense definitely not rolling over, not giving up. Got some great movement here of the ball. It looks like they're actually catching the South Panthers on the back foot here. Not the sure tackling straight to the shoulder that you're used to seeing from this team. They're a lot of grabbing by the hands in the jerseys and slinging these girls to the ground, or slinging these ladies to the ground, I should say. And so to me, that just points out that they're just so close to being able to break one loose and have a quick try if the backs can get away.
Definitely so. Midwest getting ready to sub someone in. They had to take someone out due to an injury, so we're just waiting for our official to give the word to the head ref on the field.
Looks like we've got only about 4 minutes remaining in this match.
Looks like Taylor Richards is going to sub in for our injured player, number 18, Jamili Reed, who had to step out due to an injury. So she'll be stepping in for Midwest.
South with a throw in. Easily taken by Fletcher. Oh, bobbled. Midwest applying their own defensive pressure in this phase. You see the Midwest player just a little ahead. Oh, just a great behind the back pass. There's Sargent able to carve through a quick little line, gaining 20 meters. Excellent pick and go there from the South Panthers. And again, they are knocking on the door. Fletcher with a quick fake and a cut back inside. And the fly half with a quick fake and a cut back inside. And a quick try from the South Panthers.
Great push effort by South Panthers right there. Plowing through their defensive line. Again, we've seen time and time again Midwest White holding that defensive line for time after time again, but I'd imagine they have to be tired trying to hold that defensive line as the Panthers continuing to suck in the defenders and creating open holes for them as they keep attacking that gain line and eventually getting that try.
So I believe that was Sam Black, number 10, on the score there for the Panthers. And that final conversion kick is good. And that'll put the South Panthers strongly ahead with the final score of 53-5. And they will be welcomed, maybe not so much with open arms, into Tier 1 next year. They look like some stout opponents, and it should be a great competition for them next year in Tier 1. So stick around because we do have the Tier 1 championship coming up next. What time's that kickoff? 2:15? 2:15 is going to be the kickoff for that, and we are going to have drinkable trophies. Drinkable trophies. Who's playing in that one?
It's going to be Midwest Green and Capital.
That final match will be against the Midwest Green and Capital Rugby. So stick around. Don't go anywhere. This is going to be for all the bragging rights and the drinkable trophies.